Now?
No.
Now?
No.
Now?
No.
Oh, okay. I can do it now?
Yes. I have to lean a certain way to keep the light bright on you.
Oh my god. Well, I don't want you to be uncomfortable doing it.
It's not going to take that long. Just go. Okay, so we see you have a bandage on your arm. How come?
Okay, so I just got the implant put into my arm, the birth control implant. It's called, what's it called? Hold on. Naplex Planon. Yeah, I can't say that.
And what does it do?
So this birth control is supposed to be an implant that's supposed to help me with keeping myself pregnant free for 3 years. Some people have it up to like 4 years. I'm just going to go with 3 years just to be safe. And then I'll get another one depending on how this one works out. I'm really optimistic about it. I saw some reviews on YouTube from people about how it didn't work for them. And so it kind of made me kind of nervous when I was kind of going in. This is the same lady who I saw. I think she had gotten another type of birth control and it didn't work for her, or something that did not work. I think she had something else. I don't know if she had IUD or something, but she also did a review for the Implant or whatever, and it didn't work for her. And so I was kind of freaked out and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know, you know. But I realized that somebody in one of the videos was right that said that, you know, it's going to work differently for different people. And, you know, you can't base how it's going to work for you off of somebody else because every woman's body chemistry is different.
Well, I think you're right because VCF didn't work for you, but VCF worked for a girl for another woman on Yahoo Personals or Yahoo Answers for like 5 years.
Yeah, and so it didn't work for me for the VCF. But I do think that I'm glad I did do it. I was kind of nervous because of other people, but you know, kids work for people and kids don't work for me. So, you know, I think that it's a good step in the right direction. And I just kind of followed through with the plan, you know, like you and I were talking about.
Now, what was it that made you decide, you know what, I need to get this birth control?
One of the reasons that I decided to get the birth control implant is because it lasts a long time. And also because of this whole abortion thing here in Missouri, St. Louis, where, you know, they're trying to basically get rid of abortions. And I am, you know, pro-abortion. I feel like women should have the choice of whether or not they have kids, you know. And so for me, I think women deserve that right. I have had an abortion in the past. I've also miscarried in the past. So, you know, I've lost, you know, kids both ways. And I've just kind of took it as a sign of, you know what, kids aren't for me. I know I don't have the patience for kids. And so because of that, I'm just like, hey, why not just try something out? I've been wanting to try the implant. At first, one of the reasons I didn't get it was because I thought it was too expensive and I didn't think I could get it. But now that I got it in my arm, as you can see, I think it's going to work for me. And, you know, sometimes you're afraid of things, but sometimes you just go for it because it can be helpful.
Now, how about the birth control pill? How about that? How did that work for you? And could you feel anything? How did that affect your sex life?
Okay, so several years ago, I think when it's like 21 or 22, I think it was 21. I was 21. I decided that I wanted to use birth control, and I was a virgin at the time, so I guess I was a late bloomer. I guess. So I went to the doctor and I told him that I wanted to get some birth control. And the doctor really said, oh, well, you could just get, you know, the birth control pill. And I was like, okay. So the birth control pill I ended up getting was orthotricycline low. Well, that particular pill, it worked a little bit too good. What I mean by too good, I mean that I took the pill like I was supposed to, and it worked. However, when it came to me and you having sex, and behind the camera is my fiance, so that's what I mean when I say you to him. When it came to us having sex, I did not feel anything down there in my vagina. I wanted to feel pleasure, and I got mad and upset about not being able to feel nothing. And so, because it worked too good, eventually I just, decided to stop taking it because it just worked too good. And I wanted my vagina to go back to how it naturally was and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened with it. Ladies, I will say, if you do take orthotricycline low, then just be prepared for the fact that it will, you won't be able to feel nothing down there. If you're like me, you have chemistry like mine, then you won't feel nothing. Your partner's going to be upset and mad because you're not able to feel nothing, and then he's not getting into it. You ain't really getting into it, and then sex is just something where, it's just boring, just, you're doing it, but no, you don't really get towards orgasm or anything. You can't feel nothing. And I stopped taking it because of not being able to feel nothing. I did notice that my breasts did get bigger when I was on the orthotricycline low. They did. They did get bigger.
Now, some girls believe that they only take the pill when they have sex. How do you take that pill?
The way I took orthotricycline low was that I took a pill every day. I took a pill, and I took it, and I didn't take it as like, I didn't have sex and then take it afterwards. That's not how I took it. What I did, I followed the doctor's instructions. I took a pill every day, and because it was on like in like a little circular case, and they were in like a ring and stuff like that. And you basically take one every day. You take the pills that you're supposed to, depending on the days and stuff. And just go by the day. You take it every day, same time every day. You don't miss it. You make sure remember to take it and stuff. And it was a tiny little pill. You just take it and take it with some water. Goes down easy. Easy to swallow. Hell, it's even smaller than an ibuprofen or a Motrin. It's even smaller than that. So, yeah, it's a very tiny little pill. You just take it and stuff. And there is times where you're going to have like a couple of placebo pills that you take, and that's like
so they're inert pills?
Those are pills so that you get your period. So you have some that are, the tricycline low, and you have some that, that you have and your period comes. And then, you just continue. You just follow the instructions, try to take the pills, and you do that. You don't make the mistake. Don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, I could just take the pill after I have unprotected sex, and the guy does it in there in your vagina that, that then you take a pill. That's not how you do that. It does not work like that at all. I'm just going to say right now, it doesn't. Okay? You'll end up pregnant because you're taking it the wrong way. My advice to women is ask how do you take it so you're clear on what to do. Especially if you're trying to avoid being pregnant.
Okay.
Personally.
So what are you expecting for this
The next one
what are you expecting for this next one on?
I don't really know what to expect. I was told that for the next 7 days I have to be careful because I have my arm wrapped, so I have to have this on for the next 24 hours on my arm, and I can take it off tomorrow afternoon. And then there's going to be a little bandage under here where they put the implant in that's on there, and then I have to keep that on for the next 3 days, and then eventually it'll fall off by itself. And I think that I plan for it to be okay. I was told that there could be some bleeding or spotting. Some women have
How often
um
of the bleeding and spotting?
for some women they might have light spotting for the first 3 months or something. Some might have and you know, they might have a little bit of spotting, you know. Now some women have heavy spotting. I guess it just depends on how it reacts with your body. I don't really know where I am. I only have experience with taking the birth control pill. And
I
so
understand for people who don't have very good um, blood clots, they don't make blood clots very well. I can understand how they would have a heavy bleeding for people like my mom. She's like anemic, and she's the type of person that would need blood transfusions. So, for her stuff like that would be um, probably heavy bleeding. But for people with healthy body, healthy, eat healthy, things like that, and this down that doesn't have, it's not anemic or anything, where you're not taking any blood thinners, then I can see that person would have a light spotting.
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's just a little bit of light spotting. That's what I'm hopeful of. You know, that's what I would like to happen. There could be heavy bleeding. Um, but I will say I did go through a miscarriage, and I know what heavy bleeding is like. And so, my thing is I want to see how it works, um, and see what kind of bleeding I have and stuff, and see how my body adjusts to it. I think right now I'm okay. I'm not freaking out. I feel like honestly I feel like I made the right decision. Personally, I do feel like I did. Um, because I think that this is the right step for me to do this, you know, and to have this opportunity, and for it to I got it through a grant, so for me to be able to get this is awesome, for it not to cost me anything. And I just started a new job, so like, you know, I want to use my money for, you know, other stuff, you know, rather than paying for it. Um I think what's going to happen for me is I'm probably going to have some light bleeding over the next few months. Probably little to none, I think, for me. And I think I'll be okay, you know, because I have this bandage around, it does kind of itch a little bit to my skin. And I think it's because it's wrapped tight around my skin and stuff. And I think my skin wants to have it off. Um, I think it does. But in terms of the implant, like right now, people might be wondering, like, what does it feel like? Um, I don't feel it right now. Um, I don't really feel it right now, but I was able to feel it. Like the lady asked me, "Hey, do you want to feel it?" I was like, "No," but then she had me feel it anyway. It was like, "Oh my god, it's kind of weird." It's the equivalent to have like a little card in your like a little tiny thing in your a little tiny card, like a little tiny square inside of your arm. So
Okay.
yeah.
And
Um,
what else did they give you when you left?
they gave me
Well, don't show your
so they
information.
gave so they gave me this little card. So this is Nexplanon, and it has my little card, and it shows the day it was inserted, the day that it needs to be replaced. So it's like 4 years from the removal date, I guess, or something like that. Um, and it's in my left arm, so it says where it is,
Did
so
they
they'll
give
know where to
you?
take it out.
What did they give you in a bag?
What they gave me in the bag was they gave me some condoms.
What they look like?
I don't know. I don't know. So this is the bag they gave me. They didn't really give me many condoms. They gave me some condoms. So here's a condom right here. Here's some more condoms. It's like a fun pack. Goodness. Oh, it's like a fun pack of condoms. You know, like all kinds of fun little condoms and stuff, all different and stuff. So, ooh, look at that. Wow, she bending over in front of this. Well, anyway. So yeah, they gave me some condoms and stuff. And Oh, look at this. They give you this nice little thing from Planned Parenthood about how to use a condom. Ain't that something? They tell you how to use a condom. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Isn't that crazy? How to use a condom. Wow, look at that. So here you go, guys. They gave us a little card of how to use a condom. So for people who don't know how to use a condom, then, there you go.
Go ahead and read them. It says our health services.
So Planned Parenthood.
Since most people only think they just do abortions only.
So for Planned Parenthood, their health services are birth control, STD testing, emergency contraception, annual exams, pap smears, HIV testing, breast exams, HPV vaccines, vasectomies, and abortion services. Is what they do. I've heard they do cancer screenings too, which is why they might do exams of breast and other parts of the body too and stuff. And they also do family planning. So for some people who want to have kids, they can help people who want to get women who want to get pregnant or something like that, and they want to have kids. So yes, they have abortion services, but they also have family planning services and stuff
breast
like
cancer.
that too. And yeah, and they also do
which
stuff
people have died from.
For cancer, like screenings for cancer and
So
stuff.
see, getting rid of Planned Parenthood is what if you need breast cancer services and you need to protect yourself from breast cancer or anything else. So getting rid of Planned Parenthood just for religious agenda or Christianity agenda is not very healthy for those who is fighting breast cancer.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody has a choice. I think women should have a choice of whether or not they have a kid. I really feel like that because there's a lot of people who feel like, oh, everyone wants a kid. Not every woman wants a kid. I see women with 3, 4, 5, sometimes 8 or 12 kids.
And still be pregnant.
Yeah, and they're still pregnant. And my preference of that is that, okay, she can have kids if she wants. That's her body. Me, if I don't want kids, I want to have the ability not to, have a choice of what I do. Because like I said, I've had an abortion before. And, it was the best decision I ever made, because after that, I went through some years where I was trying to get a job, was unable to get a job and stuff like that. And,
imagine if you was trying to go through that with the kid.
Yeah, with kids.
Wow.
It would have been crazy. And I have these upstairs neighbors and shit that are stressed and not holding me, you out, When I say you, I mean my fiance. And it's horrible. And the thing, too, that I ask people to consider is about jobs. If you're trying to get a job, right, then if you're trying to get one, then if you have a kid, you're limited to how, the work schedule you can get. You might not be able to stay, on the job after 5.
And you're absolutely right, because on the Facebook group, St. Louis Searching for Jobs, lots of women on there talking about how I got 3 kids, I'm still pregnant, or they say I got 3 kids, I need to work a job where I can be able to work hours, where I can be able to take my kid to school and pick my kid up.
Yeah,
yep, they're asking for that.
And a lot of times that means that, women would want to get off at 4 or 3 o'clock or something to get their kid and stuff. And personally, I think that, for people, you have to realize that once you have kids, it's going to change your life. And that means that, you're limited on how much money earning potential you have because you have kids. And a lot of your money is going to go to, taking care of kids. So I really just feel like, for people that, hey, if you want to have kids, that's you. Me, I don't want to have kids. And I've discovered that it's the smartest thing that, I've done. I just started this new job. I can work, from the time I get there to the time I leave.
Go ahead and read us what it says after insertion of the implant. Go ahead and read it to us. And we'll leave after
the insertion of the implant, so it said it was revised January of 2017. So it says after your implant insertion, as you guys can see, implant insertion.
Mm-hmm.
For a few days, you may notice tenderness and swelling of the skin around the implant, bruising, and color change of skin around the implant may last for a week or 2. Instructions: try not to bump or rub the area for 3 to 5 days. Keep the area clean and dry. Keep the pressure bandage on for 24 hours. If a Band-Aid was put on the insertion site, leave it on for 3 days. Which I have a little Band-Aid in here, but I'm not going to unwrap it because they wrapped my this bandage on here, pressure bandage, for a while, so I'm not going to take that off. But it says if a Band-Aid was put on the insertion site, which it was, leave it on for 3 days. You can return to normal activities right away, but do not lift heavy objects for a few days. So I carry a book bag when I go to work, so I'm going to have to use this arm to carry stuff, like lift my book bag and stuff.
Make a bicep.
What?
Yay. Good job.
Okay. After healing, do not worry about bumping the area. So after, don't worry about bumping the area after the time window I told you guys about. You may touch or wash the area as usual. So I guess after a few days, then you can do that.
High temperature. Your device will be turned off for your safety. If the temperature rises higher, please use after a while.
Oh, wow. Is it on? Is it saying that? That's something that's going to say that it's hot and stuff. Stupid. Okay.
All right, finish. Try to go fast.
Okay. It said call us at 314-531-7526 if you have a high fever of 100.4 or higher, have belly pain or cramps that don't get better with medicine.
Keep going.
Have unusually heavy vaginal bleeding. Have pus, redness, pain for many days, bleeding where the implant was put in. Think the implant has come out or moved. Your health is important to us. If you have any questions or concerns, please. Huh?
I need you guys to get off the light so I can lock the gate.
Okay. All right.
All right, well, did you pretty much get through all of it?
Yep.
All right, great.
Yep. So I pretty much got through everything. So they're closing now. So gotta go.